What's happening? What's going on? It's me, Skyward Shield. Welcome to the Big Pick Podcast. I am joined, as always, by Mr. Bill. Say hello, Mr. Bill.
Hello, I am the Sample Man.
And I'm joined by Mr. Chicken. Say hello, Chicken.
Hey boys, it's Bill the Fajita.
All right. Both Bills are here. Everyone is here. Right on time. Football season's about to start, boys. We're running on the clock. We're getting close. 2 more days until we get...
It's almost like we've already had real football.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we're recording this after Thursday night because Bill had things to do,
Yeah.
and it's all good. He's here. Everyone is here.
Yep.
And that's the important thing. So, let's just get into this. Let's start off with the big trade. Big trade at the end of the preseason. The Big Mac attack is no longer going to be in Oakland. He's going to Chicago. He's part of the Bears now, with the deal being of 2 first-rounders, 2019-2020 first-round picks, to Oakland/Las Vegas. So, guys, what were they thinking in this trade? How do you feel?
I don't think
I
they
think-
were. I don't think
the
they were
Bears got a
thinking.
stud on defense.
Yeah.
The Bears got a stud on defense. If they think that they have what it takes to have a Super Bowl window open with Mitch Trubisky, it starts now. And
Yeah,
it's
well,
now
you could thank the
until
media
Mitch
for that.
Trubisky signs a real contract.
The media has been hyping Mitch Trubisky up like he's the next, like Andrew Luck or something. Do you know how many
Right,
times
the
I
next
heard,
one.
"Oh, Mitch Trubisky's better than Watson"? It's like, I don't know about that. The way I saw it, looked like he's going to be the next Bortles or Jay Cutler. But he could improve.
Oh, I don't know about that one, but
Well, he played like them, if you ask me. But he'll get better. But
Really?
they're really overinflating his hype.
Cutler's more of a gunslinger. Trubisky is afraid to throw the ball.
You get what I mean? I think they really overhype him, despite having like an okay season. It's not like he took the Raiders to a relevant record.
Not for
here's-
nothing, but it's a coach's game more than a player's game these days anyway. So if
Well,
Matt
his
Nagy
coach
knows
paid
what
the
he's
ultimate price.
well,
doing,
I
I
mean,
mean,
But I want to focus on
And
Oakland
Nagy-
here. Chicken, in our failed attempt at recording the other day, I think it was you who mentioned that is John Gruden like just making this his own team?
yeah, I think John Gruden's getting rid of as many pieces of the old regime as possible. This year is going to be a down year for the Raiders because I think the way he's planning it is when they start playing in Vegas in 2019, that's going to be a team that's Gruden's team. These are Gruden's boys. And
So who else will get shelved? Who will get shipped to wherever? Because I feel like you don't want to get rid of Derek Carr.
Amari Cooper's getting. He's getting.
this is a do or die year for Amari Cooper.
Yeah. That's the last year for Amari Cooper, but I mean, literally, who's out there to play defense for the Raiders right now?
Yo, you can sign me at middle linebacker. They got Bruce Irvin. He's like their best player.
Yeah. Besides Bruce Irvin, okay. Well, we'll put that aside.
They
But,
are in
I
a
mean,
really
You can't build a team around Bruce Irvin.
yeah. Well, he's older now. He's past his, I would say, not past his prime, but he's in the middle, so it's not gonna last too long.
I mean, Amari Cooper's
He got
had
drafted
a.
in 2012. I think he's like
Yeah.
28 or 20. I think he's 29.
Yeah, he's about past 30. Hey, if they're gonna say that crap about Watt, might as well be able to say it about other people.
But I'll just
Either
put
way,
it this
I feel like they're really gambling with those 2 picks. Like they think we need to hit home runs with these in order to bounce back quick. So it's gonna what?
Maybe I don't know. Not necessarily, but
Well, if they want to be ready for Vegas.
Watch they put a lot of investments into that defense this coming off season. It wouldn't surprise me.
They kind of have
I
to
think
now.
they're
Meanwhile, Mac is the biggest,
always
is the
have.
most paid defensive end.
Yeah, but if you look at like the teams that have won Super Bowls over the last 5 years, how many of them are teams that have a quarterback salary level player on their defenses? The answer is 0.
Very true.
And if the answer is not 0, it's that their quarterback himself is getting paid peanuts. Look at the Eagles paying peanuts for quarterbacks. Look at the Patriots. Tom Brady is like the 16th highest paid quarterback in the league.
Right. Well, when you have the most paid model in the world, I don't think you need to worry about financial stability.
The only team that doesn't have to worry about that is Ron Rodgers.
Because he got paid too. But I do want to talk about Mac's big deal. I think it's $134 million.
Highest paid defensive end of all time.
Yep. For I don't know how long that's going to be beaten. It will be like everyone's records don't last that long these days. Remember, just the other day.
Will only be worth it.
Just the other day, Stafford was the highest paid. You had Derek Carr, and then you got Matt Ryan. Now it's Aaron Rodgers. It's like I feel like one day it'll just get surpassed.
Honestly, that day will be 2 years from now.
It all depends really what happens with the next CBA as well. That's
right.
the other issue.
I can't wait for that to be discussed. Oh, I mean, I don't want to see the NFL fail, but I feel like it's going to need to be challenged in order for it to get its shit together. Because when we get to the Falcons-Eagles games, they still have their own problems with refs and stuff. But that's a bit of a sneak peek. For now, though, I want to ask you guys, does this make the Bears relevant or at the very least interesting?
Oof.
They were already interesting.
Yeah, I mean, in the NFC, it'll be interesting because it just adds another team into the stack of teams.
I call it the frenzy of people fighting for one of those 6 spots.
They're going to be one of those, 15 NFC teams that's just a tough out, regardless of who's playing them.
Yeah, I mean, legitimately, all 4 teams in that division are legit playoff teams, possibly.
Right. And the Seahawks only play all 4 of them.
Well, you guys have at least, you could take the Cardinals out.
At least we get to deal with Khalil Mack week 2 instead of week 6. So we can miss Russ for the entire season instead of just, the last 10 weeks.
Well, hey, if we miss him for the entire season, you can get a good pick, maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to be a little helpful for you.
Yeah, and Seattle doesn't know what to do with first-round picks. They haven't in about 8 years.
Yeah. I will tell you, though, I felt so bad seeing Erwin James look really solid in the preseason. Like, chicken, I really wanted you to get this guy. I was sold. It's like, man, he's going to be a good Seahawk. Nope. Once again.
Don't worry, we'll talk about him in just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
All right, then. Let's say we move on to the Falcons-Eagles game.
Ooh. What an interesting game.
One hot take I heard was that this game was going to have more points than the last one. Does anyone know the time when they played in the playoffs? What was the final score of that game?
It was a low-scoring game.
Yeah, it was a very similar scoreline to this. It was like 16-14 or something like that. Some weird score.
And this was 18-12, so...
This was 12-18. So, it wasn't pretty.
It wasn't
what, though? It's week 1 jitters. You got to attribute a lot of it to that. I mean, these 2 teams are 2 of the best teams in the NFC still.
Yep, although I will still say I want to hold on to my belief. Sarkisian does not know how to run this offense.
He doesn't know how to use Julio as a red zone target.
Before we started recording, I told Bill, it's like Matt Ryan is kind of like the opposite of Stafford back when Stafford had Megatron. If there was any chance Megatron would be open, it's like, go get it. But Julio's open, it's like, nah, I don't know, maybe see. What about you, Mohamed Sanu? Are you open? What about you, Freeman? Maybe I'll give you the ball and they just overshoot Julio.
Julio had like 10 receptions for like 160 yards.
Yeah, but in the end, it wasn't enough because they didn't throw it to him at the end. It's like you didn't give the ball to Marshawn. No offense, chicken.
And here's the other issue is Devontae Freeman had a knee injury for what? How long of that game was he out? At least the last 2 quarters or something like that.
The last 2 quarters. Yeah.
So what happened with him? Is he going to be able to play, or is he done?
I thought it was a severe knee injury from what I heard last night.
It was a contact injury, which leaves me hopeful that it'll be something that he'll be able to get over in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but Freeman went down.
Time will tell. MRIs and stuff.
Well, let's just say that doesn't help with the Falcons, considering the Saints look to be promising, and the Panthers, if they stay healthy, and Cam gets better, they could actually make some noise as a wild card contender or even a division contender.
Oh, and the other 3 divisions in that conference.
Yeah. The Saints are a legit Super Bowl team with that defense. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if Rap Sheet talked about that about Devontae Freeman.
But the thing about last night's game was the Philadelphia offense just couldn't get going and didn't look really good for most of the first half of that game. And then the second half, they sort of went into their bag of tricks, and it sort of sparked them a little bit, just enough to get past this Falcons team.
I will tell you this, though. The Falcons did lose Keanu O'Neal to a torn ACL. So that's not good.
That's true. The Eagles' offense is a very perfect paradigm of coaching versus talent in the NFL and what rules, because if you look at an individual player-by-player basis,
They didn't even have Carson Wentz up yet.
Right, the Eagles' offense on paper has terrible players. Like Nelson Aguilar's trash. I mean, does anybody actually trust Nick Foles? And your best player is Jay Ajayi behind a banged-up offensive line.
They do have a stud in freaking Zach Ertz, though.
They do have Zach Ertz, and he's a beast.
The best tight end not named Gronk.
I don't know about
or
that.
Kelsey.
You do have baby Gronk, yeah.
I mean, Kelsey's up there.
I feel like the Eagles' offense hasn't even reached its final form yet because Wentz isn't even back. The MVP, this should have been MVP. Wentz isn't even back yet.
Can we just discuss how stupid it was for the Eagles to early rely on Darren Sproles 5 years after his prime? At the very beginning of that game.
He's coming off a severe injury, and he looked.
Challenge Frank Gore for oldest running back on earth.
Exactly. I mean, literally, you have Jay Ajayi, and this is totally not my bias or me wanting my fantasy team to do well, but you have Jay Ajayi in your backfield, and you've got Darren Sproles running at a molasses pace down the field trying to gain yards.
If he doesn't show progress, he may retire.
Thankfully, they came to their senses and started running with Jay Ajayi.
And he won them the game.
Yeah, he literally was the only offense on that entire team.
Okay, but can we talk about the refs in this one? Like the Julio catch that wasn't a catch? I still don't think they know. Guys, have you seen the replay? Have either of you?
What
Honestly, it's a call that could have gone either way, in my opinion.
Oh, you mean the catch, no catch? Yeah.
It felt like a catch to me. I think they might have. I don't know. I kind of don't get the reasoning. When I look at it, it's like, okay, if you're gonna say it's not a catch, like, did he catch it when his body hit out of bounds? But other than that, I feel like it was a catch, like because he slid out of bounds.
In my opinion, if a player puts in the effort, they deserve the catch.
Yeah.
And Julio puts in the effort 110% of the time.
Yeah, I mean, if it looks like a catch and it for the majority of it is a catch, it should be a catch. Just make things a catch. You know, let's simplify the game, man. I mean, just simplify the sport so that way the general viewing public doesn't. They're not like, well, according to section 3.5 of the rule book, you know.
Also,
get rid of that.
Just something to keep in mind. There were 4 new referee crews hired this season. So there are 4 rookie referee crews officiating games this year.
Right.
So growing pains are expected with the referees as well.
Yeah, and just wait till the CBA comes along, boys. Oh, boy.
Well,
CBA protest season.
Refs have a different...
Oh, I'm just saying, like, this is going to be...
bargaining
No, I'm saying that all in all, this is going to lead to a very, very rough couple years for the NFL. With both the refs and then the players.
We'll see.
Well, let's see if the NFL's easy to comply with. But so can we talk about the last 4 plays?
What? Oh,
The goal situation. What did you guys take away from their choices?
Here's my takeaway: Steve Sarkisian is in over his head, and Matt Ryan's ears are 12 feet tall.
It's true.
Can you say that again? I didn't hear it.
Oh, I said Steve Sarkisian's a bum, and Matt Ryan thinks his receivers are all 6 foot a million, and thinks they can all hit jump balls like they're in the NBA.
Yep.
Oh, so true.
Yikes. Yeah, I this is why I said I think Sarkisian's well, to put it your way, is a bum. Why is he there? Why is he still there? But we'll see. If they have a bad start, I'm pretty sure heads will roll.
The Falcons haven't been bad enough as a team to fire him. That's why he's still there. Look at the Seahawks offensive coordinator over the last 6 years, Darren Bevel.
Yeah.
It took a total implosion of that team to get him fired.
Yeah,
but he's been awful for 6 years.
Yeah, he hasn't been really good. I mean, he couldn't figure out how to use Jimmy Graham to his fullest potential until like last year.
And now he's in Green Bay. But is there anything else you guys want to talk about this game? I'm ready to move on to the fun story.
Let's move on.
Yep, let's move on.
It's perfect that we waited till now, because now there's an update, but first let's go talk about the beginning. So Nike has brought up a Just Do It ad campaign. You had players or athletes from various sports, like you had LeBron James, the King, Serena Williams, pretty much the queen of tennis, even when the French Open's like, you can't wear that, you need to wear short, tiny miniskirts. And she still owned ass in the French Open anyway. But then, there was one athlete that people thought they would never see again, but now that he's back, instant rage. Colin Kaepernick is part of the Just Do It campaign with his own words on it, which I think it was... How did it go again, guys? I kind of forgot. I know it has to do with sacrifice.
Sacrifice something.
I think it's like believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything, something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, sounds good.
Anyway, because of that, with Kaepernick's face brought up, it just brought a bunch of slandering against Nike for getting political. Anyway, so people started protesting and burning their stuff, which, Chicken, why is it a bad idea to burn your stuff? Save the fun story for later. I want to bring that one up. But why is it dumb to burn stuff that belongs to a company?
Well, because Nike already made money off of the thing that you're burning, you dumb idiot.
Yep. I may hate that Kawhi stabbed us in the back, but I'm not burning his poster. I just put it back up in the closet where no one will see it. Well, you already got my money. You already got my $5, so what can I do? Put the rest of my money to like a DeMar DeRozan jersey. But anyway.
Yeah, burn down a sweatshop or something if you really want to hit Nike.
Exactly. Like, people are like mad, like, oh, Nike uses child labor. Sweatshops.
Go to Thailand or something.
And then it's like, supports a black athlete who's speaking on good moral grounds. Real shit? So, anyway, my favorite story... What, Chicken? Or what, Bill? What, Bill?
I was gonna say, don't worry. Those morally outraged conservatives will sit for the national anthem while it's on TV. Don't worry.
They don't even rise. Like, go bring a flag inside your house and rise for it.
I want footage of people standing in front of their TV saluting the TV.
Or
please.
if they change the channel, that's even worse. But anyway, so
sorry,
I want to get to the funny part. The funny part of all these protests. So a guy, it's on Twitter. I don't think he deleted the tweets, but if I remember, I'll post them here. I'll put a link to the tweets or a collage of them. So a guy got his Nike shoes, put them on, and lit them on fire while still wearing them. And he got, I assume, 2nd to 3rd degree burns. I'll warn you guys, the pictures I'll put in the description, you're gonna see the feet, and it looks ugly. I could ask Mr. Chicken about it, because what?
If he didn't die, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, yeah. This I could ask you, Mr. Chicken, our certified nurse, who could inform us of all of the medical issues that he can reasonably go for.
Oh yeah. So none of his issues are nearly as bad from a skin and burn perspective as it is from a very obvious brain damage perspective.
Nice. Anyway, so I want to get to the bit of the update in regards to the to what happened with Nike sales. Now, as you know, their stock did drop, but I think Philip DeFranco put it best, with another group. Trump one time said, "Don't buy." They suffered a bit, and then they boomed like they never have before. And I don't know about Nike. We have to wait like a month for that to find out long term. But right now, Nike's businesses are actually booming a bit. They're getting better.
Here's how Nike can frame it. And the sales are going to pick up. And the thing is this is school shopping season. And guess what all the kids are going to want for school shoes? I'm going to give me a brand new pair of Nikes. And
how about this? How about,
there you go.
Capitalism 101. There's no such thing as bad press.
Exactly.
There isn't. Unless you're Elon Musk.
Just like in the WWE. If they're booing you or clapping for you, as long as you're getting a reaction, you're relevant. And that's what's important.
Mm-hmm. As long as people are talking about you, your message isn't dead.
Right.
That's how, not just capitalism, but that's how messages work.
Listen, Nike knew exactly what they were doing.
It was a calculated risk, and so far it's paying off. They were aware day 1 and day 2 were going to be rough, but right now they're doing fine.
Absolutely. I mean, the news cycle is just so short-sighted as it is anyway.
It's literally 4 hours.
And the best part is, this was planned out. They specifically waited for this time of the year to do that, right before football season was about to begin.
Without a doubt.
Because apparently they contacted Cap about this months ago. But they've gotten various people to talk about it. But the best part is, you've had athletes, not just in football, but of other sports, showing sport, like in Houston, for example, Watson's for it. Honey Badger's for it. Other sports, you have like Serena and LeBron standing with Cap. You have Tiger Woods saying it yesterday, which, good luck, Tiger. He's still the GOAT. But athletes are all for this. I haven't really heard any or anyone contesting it, which is good. Of course, you have people who are mad about it from NFL fandom, but other than that, they're still picking up in sales. And what's your general opinion on the deal? On this situation, guys?
On the situation, I say more power to Nike, more power to Kaepernick. Keep doing what you're doing. Make that money. Who cares?
And you, Chicken?
Yeah, whatever Bill said, say it again, but louder and a little more ignorantly, and that's
I'm for it. I'm for it because Cap, people don't want to talk about the things Cap does. He does donate money, even though he hasn't had an NFL career in a few years. He's still donating his money, his time to charities. But of course, nobody wants to talk about the good stories unless you're like J.J. Watt tier, where you literally make the biggest GoFundMe thing ever. But other than that, it's like, oh, Andre Johnson did once again his charity thing for kids, getting them Christmas presents. Now, they don't talk about that. They don't want to talk about something.
I would go on a limb and say about 95% or better NFL athletes are extremely active in charities and in the community.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't get reported on.
And here's the other thing. With a lot of celebrities and a lot of athletes, they don't do it for the recognition in the press. They do it for the actual charity and the actual act of giving back to the community that they're part of.
Yeah, Russell and Aaron Rodgers both go to children's hospitals a lot, and nobody says anything about them. But of course, if one of them got in trouble with, like, let's say the law, oh, you're damn right the media is going to be focused in, because the media is all about negativity, because negativity sells. That's just the world we live in, and that's what we consume. But that's too real. We're getting too real, guys. I need to move on.
Can we talk about some goddamn football games already?
Yeah.
Oh, Chicken wants to move on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Then.
Let's move on
Mr.
to
Bill.
our new part of our
I'd say
our
revamped.
show here.
I'd say revamped.
Yeah, it's the Pick 6 segment.
Mr.
Oh, man.
Bill, are you ready for the picks?
Indeed, and we'll start with our first game. The Houston Texans at the New England Patriots.
Okay, I know you're going to call me a fanboy for this. I'm not picking them. I'm going to go New England. But you know what? I know you two can see the Texans upending them and pulling off an upset of the year. Why? Because it's week 1. It's September, and that's when the Patriots are at their most vulnerable. But I'm going to go with the Patriots just as a safe pick, but this is one I will gladly take an L for.
Guess what? Patriots win 37-23. It's not even close. After this game, people are calling for, is Deshaun Watson the real deal? Houston fans are burning their jerseys like white people are burning Nikes. It's insane out here.
Oh, come on. We're not that crazy.
But I think big picture, the Texans will be fine, but I just don't think that they can beat the Patriots week 1. I think the Patriots are going to be on a warpath because whenever they lose a Super Bowl, they win it the next year.
Right, and see, I can see I could see either team winning, but my gut instinct right now is that the Patriots defense is helmed by a new guy. I don't know how he's handled that defense, So I'm kind of hesitant on that defense. That defense really has a bunch of no-namers, So it's difficult. Because I really do like the defensive line of the Texans, and they could give Brady.
I think they will.
I will trust Bill Belichick to win every football game until proven otherwise.
Unless he plays an NFC East team in the Super Bowl, basically.
I'm going Houston Texans just because I think this could be high scoring, but it could also be low scoring. And the Texans were winning that game last year.
Yeah, until Mike Vrabel fucked it all up.
It took a Brady comeback to win that game.
So you're going Houston.
I'm going Houston.
I sense a hero pick. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go Houston as well.
Wow, you guys are way to go against the grain.
Hey, we gotta make the first official week spicy. Gotta entice the viewers.
Well,
so what's next?
Speaking of an enticing matchup, the Jacksonville Jaguars are at the New York Giants.
I'm gonna go Jacksonville. I expect them to stuff Saquon Barkley and humble his debut. And yeah, I think the Jags got this. The fact Blake Bortles may not even need to do much because I feel like their defense will shred the Giants' poor offensive line. And Jalen Ramsey and Odell Beckham are going to fight. I'm calling it. I feel it'll happen. What do you got, Chicken?
As much as I want the Jaguars to win because I just hate the Giants, I think that offense is going to be a lot of fun this year. I think the Giants are going to take the league by surprise, and I think that they might be able to pull this week 1 upset. I'm going to take the Jaguars, but in a shootout. high-scoring game.
You think that Jags
Wow.
defense is gonna roll over?
I do.
Uh,
I think Evan Ingram is going to do some serious damage.
I think Odell Beckham's light up Jalen Ramsey. I think there's a lot of quarterbacks that'll be really ticked off. I don't see Eli Manning being really ticked off because it's Eli Manning and he throws 3 interceptions a game anyway. But I'm just gonna pick the Jaguars just because I have more faith in their defense than I have in their offense with Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles is the big X factor in that offense.
Hey,
And,
Blake
I'm just
Bortles has
picking
never
the Jags
lost
with
a
that
NFL
defense.
kickoff game. It's just a fact, right, Chicken? He has never lost an NFL kickoff Thursday night game. Unlike the Falcons,
Wow.
it's true. Blake
Well-
Bortles' fact speaks the truth. It's never wrong.
Well, speaking of a game, here's another game for you guys. The San Francisco 49ers at the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay, I feel like it's either the Niners or the Rams who are gonna disappoint us, and I'm gonna lean on San Fran. I'm gonna go with Minnesota. They're at home. They're fired up with their new QB. They're gonna rip apart the Niners defense.
Yeah, the Niners defense is it's a soft defense, and Shanahan's never been a defense guy. So unless Jimmy GQ puts up 33 points, which is what it's going to take to beat the Vikings, I just don't see it happening. The Vikings roll at home 32-20.
Yeah, I got the Vikings. They are legitimately they are a legit and scary team, and
Plus,
I
the
don't
Niners
see it.
lost Derek McKinnon for the year.
Yep.
their running back
They're relying on
done.
Breda.
Yeah,
And
Matt
who
Breda
else?
and Alfred Morris.
Yeah, good luck. So I got Minnesota. That's like a 35-7 game. The next game on the list is the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns.
I get it. Chicken's gonna make this case when it's his turn. I know there's a case for the Browns to do it, but I can't believe in them yet. They need to win a game first and foremost.
And what better statement to make that the Browns are not the same old rollover Browns than making a statement against the Steelers on opening day saying, F you, we're going to win this game. Ty God Taylor is going to throw 3 touchdowns, and that defense is going to hold down a Le'Veon Bell-less Steelers offense to 20 points.
I mean, I'm sort of on the Browns bandwagon as well in this game. And here's the other thing that we didn't take into account. The Steelers played the Browns, last year or a couple of years ago? And the Browns nearly beat them week 1 that time. Ben Roethlisberger is known to struggle on the road
Todd Haley
really
revenge.
badly.
Well, he likes to play
Todd
down
Haley-
to his road opponents sometimes.
You got Jarvis Landry. You got Josh Gordon. You have a good running game on that team. You have Myles Garrett. And the Steelers don't have Le'Veon Bell. And
And they have a soft defense.
yeah, you triple cover freaking Antonio Brown. Don't let him go anywhere. I got the Browns.
Antonio and Juju will get theirs.
I am
get
the
that.
only one on the Steelers side. Wow.
I mean, you got to be fair. You guys both took Houston in a game that's equally as lopsided.
Yeah, well, now that we can all say we each have a hero pick to our name, we've gone against the grain.
Well, speaking of a hero pick that isn't going to be needed, our next game is the New York Jets at my Detroit Lions.
Okay, I swear to God, if you guys fucking drop this to the Jets, I'm gonna drop the Lions and eliminate them from playoff contention on the spot. This
No,
screams
the
easy.
The Lions are too talented to lose to a Jets rebuilding year.
With Sam Darnold, hashtag scam for Sam.
I mean, I believe in Sam big picture wise, but I just think the Lions, they're just they have enough pieces where it won't matter. Their offense should roll. We'll see what Kerryon Johnson can do, and we already know what Matt
I
Stafford
want to
and that
see
defense can do.
Kerryon Johnson and Kenny Golladay just wreck shop today. Or that
This'll
day.
This will be Kerryon Johnson's breakout game. He's going to be the number 1 running back over LeGarrette Blount before Week 5, and this is going to be the reason why. And I got my Lions hopefully winning, I'll just say 31-10 or something like that.
I was gonna say 31-13 actually.
I don't think it's going to be that high scoring of a game. I'm going to say like a 24-14 kind of game, but the Lions win comfortably.
That's good.
And
I think that's it.
We have one last game.
We do?
We have one last game. We have the Seahawks at the Denver
Oh,
Broncos.
you skipped his game.
I went backwards.
Ooh,
All right then. I think this one's gonna be very, very close, but I'm gonna go Denver because they're better at home.
kill yourself. No, honestly, I've been doing so much thinking, and I know preseason my pick was Denver over the Seahawks, but there's glimmers of hope everywhere. Little glimmers, little shines and sparkles, if you will. And those sparkles say that Russell Wilson's due for an MVP season, and it starts at Mile High Stadium when he drops 33 points on the Denver Broncos.
Is this a reenactment of the Super Bowl?
No, that was 43 points. But I mean, Earl's gonna practice, but I don't know that he's gonna play this week. I just think that people are underrating the Seahawks just across the board, and I think that really, is Case Keenum a good quarterback? That's horseshit.
And here's my pick, and I'm gonna agree with Bill here. I'm going to pick the Seattle Seahawks, and the issue
like
being
a 16-13 slugfest.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game for one. 2, Russell Wilson's extend the plays and get the first down.
He has to. He has to run for his life.
I mean, I think that.
Have you seen who he's gonna go have to run from?
I just don't understand how people will say Aaron Rodgers could carry 52 dead bodies to a Super Bowl, but Russell Wilson has a little bit of help with him.
Okay, fine. Russell Wilson is the next Aaron Rodgers because he has to literally carry the entire team on his back.
Listen, Russell Wilson's got Drew Brees' former offensive coordinator, Mr. Schottenheimer, there, so who knows?
I just feel like with the Broncos defense is a little bit different. You double team Von Miller every freaking time, and
it's like you got Von Miller and Bradley Chubb.
Right, and you have Shane Ray.
That's just screaming yikes.
I mean, it's a vicious D line, but listen, if Seattle can get by that D line,
yeah,
and then
what, they can handle Minnesota?
Well, Seattle plays like every tough D-line in the league because week 2 they play the Bears and they have Roquan Smith and they have freaking Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
And then week 3 they play the Cowboys, so they get to win.
DeMarcus. We get to play the Cowboys on week 5 on SNF, and that's gonna be fun because I hope we beat the shit out of Dallas. But anyway, any other comments, remarks you guys want to make before we go?
I think that's really about it.
I should warn you, Chicken. Next week's podcast will probably be a lot longer. We're going to be hitting that hour mark.
That's fine. I'm literally in my car driving to my buddy's house.
That explains a lot, actually. All right, then. Well, how fun. Chicken about to go get wasted.
Hey.
So we wish you luck and fun. Anyway, I'm all good. I'm just glad football's back. I'm just glad Houston is interesting to look at now.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys for listening.
We'll see you guys for week 2.
And this has been the NFL. What podcast is this?
The Big Picks Podcast.
Big Pick.
Oh, chicken. Much to learn you have.
Hey, listen, I'm your comedic value.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
listen,
Hell yeah.
you are our now you are officially our Western consigliere because I'm of Central. Bill, like you're on the Eastern side technically, and
Yeah, I would say
He's our northern constituent. You're our
I'm-
southern constituent.
I'm
and I'll be the western.
I'm like the almost honorary Canadian.
yeah, I mean you're just a lake trip across, and bam.
Bam.
Literally, I get Canadian television all the time. I get Canadian radio stations. I got Tim Hortons down the goddamn street. It's literally almost Canada. Minus Detroit.
Well, for me, it's literally almost Mexico. I mean, chicken, you can kind of relate. You're not that far from the border, too.
I honestly work about 10 minutes from Mexico. It's fantastic. The
God damn.
tacos are great.
That's good. All right,
Nice.
then. We'll see you guys next week.